Welcome to the SOTI video series. My name is Richard Fitzsimmons and I'm joined by David Easer, both of us senior principal instructors here at SOTI.
In this video, we're going to be discussing the requirements as well as the considerations for installing and deploying SOTI Connect.
That's right, we'll review all the important prerequisites and then we'll get started with the installation process. And it's important to note that this can be a cloud or on-premise installation.
That's right, Richard. It's important to know that if you prefer SOTI to host the services that SOTI Connect delivers, we can do that for you in a hosted environment. However, we also have the opportunity to give you the installation file so that you can install this on-prem or on your own cloud services if that's your choice.
And as we mentioned in the previous video, this is also a very, very flexible architecture. So there could be a combination of those two things dependent on your requirements. Now, David, given that we're looking at an installation, we'll dig in and get into the installation quite quickly, but just before we do, are there any prerequisites that an organization would need to consider, particularly if they're looking at an on-premise installation?
Absolutely. As every piece of software that you need to deploy and a solution that you need to architecture, there are pre-requirements, but I always suggest that you go to our SOTI Pulse website, and again, in the product support area under SOTI Connect, you will be able to find all of the information, the technical information under the help documentation that will provide you with all of the details that you need to know under installations and considerations, including system requirements, network ports, and setup checklists that will make sure that you're ready to get started. This is what we did to make sure that we have everything that's needed in order to perform a successful installation. So go through this information because every version can slightly change some of the requirements. So depending on which version you're getting up and running, this is what you need to consider.
Now, we've actually installed a few of these prerequisites, or a good number of these prerequisites already, but this is a great resource. Do make use of it, and you can see here the various different prerequisites, as David mentioned, network ports and others for your consideration. Shall we take a look at our installation?
Let's get started.
Yes, and just as a quick note before we move over to our server, which will be installing SOTI Connect, please note on SOTI Pulse, underneath the SOTI Connect downloads area, this is where the most recent version of SOTI Connect can be downloaded. We'll also be referring to this a few more times, particularly if we're looking to install some components on other machines.
Just make sure though that before you proceed with the installation, you are fully licensed to be able to use SOTI Connect, because that's one of the requirements you're going to be asked once the installation is completed.
Good point, and speak to your account team, your local SOTI account team, for information on licensing. Now, just to speed things up for us, I've already downloaded SOTI Connect. You can see I've extracted this, and here I am in the installer folder on my server. So I'm going to go down to the application called SOTI Connect Installer, and I will run this as an administrator to get the installation started. And here we are, we have a series of different options. And you can see we're going to start with installing the SOTI Connect components, but please note there's also the option of installing a failover instance as well. David, we're not going to specifically run that today, but can you just give us a little bit of an overview what a failover instance is?
Certainly. So as you can see, the updating elements are grayed out because it's not detecting that an instance of Connect exists on this machine. But should you have an actual instance of SOTI Connect somewhere else and you want to install a secondary instance in order to provide redundancy services for your SOTI Connect infrastructure, you can choose the fourth option that's available in this list.
Thank you. For us, we'll select Install SOTI Connect Components. I'll click Next, and we've got the choice of either a typical or a custom installation. Now, if you're running a standard installation with the protocol adapters, the available protocol adapters included, you can actually fast track by using a typical installation. For us and for today, we're actually going to do that, but I'm going to choose the custom route just so we can see what is being installed. So if I click Next, now in our previous video, we referred to SOTI Connect core components and also an important element called protocol adapters. Now, you can probably guess by the wording, but David, any guesses what the core components are compared to the protocol adapters?
Certainly, I think it's going to be the first three that are at the very top of the list. And it's important to notice as well, though, that as mentioned earlier, SOTI Connect doesn't require all of the protocol adapters. It depends on the hardware that you have. Therefore, in my opinion, a best practice is to use that custom installation so that you only install what's important and needed. And then you can add any other protocol adapters should you need to have to use them because new printers are coming into your environment.
That's it. It's very flexible, and please take a look at our certified device list again on SOTI polls if you're looking to check what protocols are required dependent on particular manufacturer and model of the printer you're looking to support. In our case, I'm going to select everything, both the 3 core components, the management service, the logging service, and the file store, and all the available protocol adapters that we can install for this single machine.
And just keep in mind that protocol adapters keep being added in new versions of SOTI Connect. So that's the beauty of the product. It continues to grow and evolve, and you don't have to make any changes in the back end.
Thank you for joining us for this video where we have started the installation of SOTI Connect. Join us for the next segment in the series where we'll continue.
That's right, Richard. And remember, for further tutorials, please visit and subscribe to the SOTI YouTube channel. And for more information about the SOTI One platform, visit us at SOTI.net.